Good morning and welcome to live coverage of the A Juniors in Germany. It's the semi-final second leg here between Borussia Dortmund Juniors and Hertha Berlin Juniors. So Borussia Dortmund surely with more than 1 foot in the final after the 4-0 demolition job in Berlin on Easter Monday. But maybe the visitors can spring a surprise. They will come here confident of at least getting 1 goal throughout the regular season, over 3.5 goals per game in the league. But this is a mountain to climb for them, and Borussia Dortmund have named a strong lineup as well, with the man who got 4 goals on Monday morning, Rijkhoff, starting up front. For Hertha Berlin, they have the boost that Mazza has made it into the starting lineup after going off injured on Monday morning during that game. As we will see what happens here, as these two are fighting to reach the final on the 23rd of April. They will face Mainz, who beats Köln 1-0 on aggregate to seal their spot in the final, and they will host it. Well, you'd have to say that Borussia Dortmund are the big favourites to get through under Mike Tulberg, the Danish coach. He remains unbeaten since taking over, and he is in no mood to lose that record now. And looking to lead the club to a 3rd championship in a row. The Hertha coach Oliver Reis will be desperately disappointed with the first leg result, but will have been trying to lift his players during the week. They were last champions in 2018, beating Borussia Dortmund in the semis. That looks unlikely here. And it was so disappointing, having only suffered 1 loss in the regular season, scoring 57 goals, only conceding 16, and then to be thumped 4-0 at home by Dortmund in the semi. It's not great news for them. As for Borussia Dortmund as well, Rota has made the starting 11. He went off with a facial injury on Monday, clearly not as bad as we thought. Ludwig is back in defensive midfield after suspension. As let's see if Hertha Berlin can survive better than they did on Monday morning. The match was pretty much over with 18 minutes gone. Rijkhoff had already helped himself to a hat-trick there, as Hertha Berlin get us underway, kicking from right to left. Rijkhoff then finishing off the job in the second half with his 4th. He also had a goal ruled out for offside as well. So it was a clinical game from him. As Goller will be hoping to be much less busy this morning. And as you can see, the fans have turned up in their droves here for this A Juniors semi-final second leg. I'm sure that they would have been hoping for a more tense match, but either way, it looks as though Dortmund will be going through here. And Hertha Berlin, it looks as though they've got the grip between their teeth here as Hoffmann picks up the ball. Now the long ball forward down the right-hand side. Rota just getting something on it there ahead of Szykaczynski. Well, there you can see the plaster above the eye of Tom Rota. Looked a little bit groggy on Monday morning on the sidelines getting treatment, but just a couple of days later he's fit to start. As Kirsch takes the ball for the first time for Borussia Dortmund. And this is Collins, who led his team from the back as captain. Not too many chances given away to Hertha Berlin on Monday morning. As the ball is sprayed out towards the right-hand side, looking for the pace of Bamba, who set up the first 2 goals for Rijkhoff on Monday. As you can see, there's a great pace to this game at the start here, as Ludwig, who's returned to the starting lineup after suspension, plays it out towards the left for Brunner. Rota just backing up the play. Now Collins pushing over the halfway line and intercepted there by Da Silva Chiala. As Collins again showing his strength there and winning the free kick as well from Madza. Well, you can see here just using his strength there against the false nine of Hertha Berlin, and then going down having been eased off the ball. That's Waltz out towards the left-hand side for Rota, looking to play the ball forward as quickly as possible. It looks as though Borussia Dortmund's plan is to try and get an early goal here, just try and finish off the tie, although it looks as though Ludwig has been caught here out on that far side. The physio's being called on early, as we see Mike Tulberg on the sidelines. Would have been delighted with the first leg scoreline and performance on Monday morning, but we want his boys to finish the job off today and reach the final next Sunday. It looks as though Ludwig here in a little bit of trouble, as we see Oliver Rice on the sidelines looking on. I think that Ludwig's just been winded here by the looks of it. In fact, it's Waltz who's down, sorry. Oh, 5 minutes in here as we restart after that stoppage. Goalless so far. And it's a very similar start to the game as on Monday. Competitive before it exploded into life, as Rykov just hit the ground running, scoring a 7-minute hat-trick as first shot of the game with any real anger comes in there from Madza. Deflected up and over the bar. Just showing signs of danger here. First corner of the game, as Dardai goes across to take. Son of former Hertha coach Paul Dardai. He's going to swing this one in towards the far stick, and it's a great take there by Kirsch. Exactly what his team needed early on, and looking to bowl it out quickly towards Bamba. A couple of Hertha players there to see off the threat, but getting in each other's way. That meant that Krivsun, the Ukrainian player, could pick up the ball. And it's Borussia Dortmund again in possession. Well, that's quick feet there by Blank. Just a ghost away from the attacker. This is Waltz, who gets it back to Kirsch. He looks back to 100%. Waltz after that knock. As Collins just turning away from Madza. Ball clipped out towards Rota. Ball down the line. And the turn there by Brunner, who's just brought down. Well, Dortmund here playing patiently at the back before it's launched forward by Kirsch. Goes out of play off a Hertha player. This is Cisse with the throw. And Blank. And some crisp passing here from the home side at the moment, as Rother's ball down the line is just blocked by Szykaczynski. Now the ball picked up by Hertha Berlin. This is Hoffmann. And the ball forwards here for Stanger, the captain. Flying forwards here, Hertha Berlin on the attack as the strike comes in from Eichberger breaking forward. Now the ball into the 6-yard area, and Hertha Berlin do have a goal back. 9th minute. And it's Matze who's got it. He's the main danger man. It all comes from this break forward from Eichberger. The block coming in. It falls for Szykaczynski, who rolls it across, and it's a lovely finish by Matze. But you can see the anger there from Kirsch. Doesn't think he's had too much help there from his defenders. And it's game on, perhaps. 4-1 on aggregate. And, well, perhaps for the neutrals out there, that's the best thing that could have happened in this game. Hertha scoring first. Now it is all to play for. Well, let's see how Borussia Dortmund react to falling behind there. A little bit of a shock to the system. Well, once again, after a competitive start to the game, in the opening 10 minutes ago, just like on Monday morning. So just for your information, away goals don't count. And if the scoreline is level on 90 minutes, we will go straight to a penalty shootout to decide who goes through to the final. Looked unlikely at kickoff, but suddenly that early opening goal from Hertha Berlin, perhaps they are sniffing blood here. Dortmund will have to settle again. As Hoffmann across towards the right-hand side here. Szykaczynski just blocked on his way forward. Out for the throw-in. As that's a long one down the channel here towards Strasner. And it's good defending in the end from Cisse. Just came off the big defender last here for another corner for Dardai. Well, the tails are up here for the away team. As they're dribbling into the box here, it's a decent corner routine. As the shot, though, it's an air shot from Eichberger, gets the second opportunity blocked. The pressure building here from Hertha Berlin. Next shot comes in and away by Cisse. Well, perhaps Borussia Dortmund just rocking a little bit at the moment. Hertha Berlin have got them on the ropes. As the ball is gifted there to Kreusun. Bamba in support and couldn't quite pick him out there, the Ukrainian midfielder. The ball intercepted in the end. As this is Michelbrink. Strasner. Just shielding the ball there. As you can see, the confidence has just been really boosted for Hertha Berlin with that goal. 9th minute from Madza. Well, we've yet to see Rijkhoff really get on the ball for Borussia Dortmund. But the danger man for Hertha Berlin has opened the scoring here, Madza. Now Strasner. Forward for Michael Brink, trying to thread this one through for Eichberger. Out towards the right, using the whip fear of Szykaczynski. He's continued his run here, Eichberger. Tried to just cut it back. And in the end, Borussia Dortmund just getting it out. Another corner for Borussia Dortmund to defend here. An outswinger this time from Dardai. Can he get the delivery right here? In it comes. It's just flicked away on the follow-up, Madza. Collins trying to clear out towards the wing. As Brunner is tricked there by Madza. And, well, a little bit of a rush of blood to the head there. He took the shot on Madza. He's got a corner at least for trying that on, just coming off Collins. Excellent early pressure in this opening quarter of an hour from Hertha Berlin. They've come out here really throwing haymakers. As that one's blasted in, half cleared by Cisse. And the shot blocked. Now perhaps Dortmund can come on the counter-attack. It's stopped, though, by Mendes. Now the next ball into the box. Ludwig away this time. And Dortmund at the moment struggling with the pace and sheer numbers that Hertha Berlin are throwing forward. As the throw-in award goes against the home side. They just cannot get out of their own half at the moment. Oliver Rice has clearly done an excellent job during the week of keeping his players' chins up, giving them another chance today as well. Not making wholesale changes. That's 1-0, the goal on 9 minutes from Madza. Separates the two at the moment, but of course it's still 4-1 to Dortmund on aggregate. You'd have to say, if Hertha Berlin can keep this up, who knows what will happen. Borussia Dortmund just trying to keep their heads. Waltz just knocking it back there for Blank. Tom Reuter trying to open it up down the left-hand side. His ball knocked out of play for the throw. Tom Reuter, the player with the most first-team experience of these boys. Cisse, he was given the ball in a tight area there. Just a little glare and his defensive colleagues. Not too happy to be given possession in that corner of the field. Now the throw chance for Mendes. Going short just to keep the ball. Madsa. And he wins the free kick. Krivsund coming in on him. No, it was nutmeg there. Krivsund came in too late on Madsa. Dardai again standing over the dead ball. It's floated towards the back stick and ends up in the side netting. Massa wants the corner, but he's not going to get it from the officials. But another chance perhaps going begging for him. Decent take. It just came off the defender. I can see why he's claiming. Did look as though it took a knock off Brunner. As play flies up the other end here. Brunner couldn't get there. Here's Tom Reuter. And the ball across is too long for Bamba. He's managed to keep it in though. Oh, Bamba so quick off the mark. Stoppage here while Cisse waits for the ball. There's Rykov, the man who got 4 goals in the first leg. Coming towards 20 minutes though, he's barely been involved. Although that's how it was on Monday morning. Wasn't involved in too much build-up play. Simply there to put the ball in the back of the net. Very effective. As Reuter again comes charging forward. He's caught in possession though. He's got to retreat here. But that ball just played too quickly for me by Hertha Berlin this time. Cisse again surrounded by 2 players. This is Krivsund. Strasner picking up the possession for Hertha Berlin. It's been a really excellent start from them. Strasner trying to knock it over the top here for Mendes. And it's well shielded away there by Collins, and just a little bit of a niggle between those two. Collins just telling the referee to keep an eye on Mendes. Having a little bit of a shove there. And a deflected ball out. That is Rykov with the flick here towards Krivsund. Didn't quite come off, and Krivsund has been caught in the tackle. In the meantime, his team still have the ball. Knocked out by Eichberger. And again, Hertha Berlin pick up the loose ball in midfield. Mazza trying to get in on this one as Collins dribbles across his own box. It's given away to Mendes, blocked by the goalkeeper. Kirsch there at the near post. As Borussia Dortmund there at 6s and 7s really in defence. Not the solidity that we've been used to this season and from Monday morning as well. As Collins taking a risk, no foul. And then Mendes arriving to get in the shots from a tight angle. As here they come again, now going for the curler, and Kirsch with an excellent stop there from Michelbrink. We could see exactly what he's trying to do, Michelbrink. As soon as he gets the ball, just trying to hook this one into the top corner, and it's a top save from Kirsch midway through the first half. One for the cameras as well, as Hertha Berlin have come out really fighting here. If Dortmund thought it was going to be easy in this second leg, they have been corrected in brutal fashion. As Rijkoff feeds it out towards the right here for Brunner. Taking on two and winning the battle. Mendes still with him. And there's no foul given there, and Mendes still battling out for the corner for Dortmund. And Brunner there carrying the ball halfway down the field. As Ludwig comes across here to take the corner. Hertha Berlin are going to have to watch themselves here with the height of Rother, Collins. They've got big boys up there. Rijkoff as well. As it's driven in this time. And that's a good take from Goller. He'll be much happier with how this game is going compared to Monday. By this time, his team were already 3-0 down. With Rijkoff getting a hat-trick, and it looks as though he's just injured himself there, as he frantically tried to bowl the ball out early. Mike Tulberg on the sidelines really does not look happy at all, the Dortmund coach. As there we see how that little injury happened. I think it's just a knock, nothing more. Seems fine to continue. Hertha Berlin getting the early goal they wanted and forcing Borussia Dortmund back here, forcing as well Kirsch into a top save. A lovely effort from Michelbrink. De Silva Chiale just giving it away there, and this could spell danger. As here comes Brunner up against Hoffmann. Just showed out towards the right-hand side of the field, and Dortmund going back to the back line just to reset. Krevsun bravely winning the ball back there, having just been bypassed. As we're 25 minutes in, and it's been an excellent second leg. It could have been very flat with the scoreline 4-0 to Dortmund from the away leg. Hertha Berlin making a game of it here, showing real bravery. And Michelbrink tries to come forward again. And Ludwig, it's a lovely ball. Just knocked away there by Eichberger though. And Hertha Berlin, as soon as they get the ball, they're looking forward. Stange passes for De Silva Chiale. Strasner. Short ball down the line towards Mendes. Oh, Brunner and Mendes having a real battle down there. As Cisse gets the throw. For the long throw towards the centre of the park. Knocked towards Rother by Collins. Now Bamber's just switched out towards the left-hand side for a while. And the flick around the corner for Rother. Here's Bamba again. Quick feet. Tried to dance towards the penalty box. In the end, passing to Rota. Now Collins. Good bit of possession this from Borussia Dortmund. For perhaps the first time since they fell behind. Bamba. Taking on Szykaczynski. Finding Rykov with the little darting run there from the Dutchman. And the ball knocked out of play. Decent pressure from Borussia Dortmund. The fans trying to get behind them. Well, it looked a foregone conclusion they would reach the final with that early goal. Just some question marks emerging. As the ball is given away there to Brunner, and off the post by him. Goodness me. Hertha Berlin there almost shooting themselves in the foot. Giving the ball away to Brunner in acres of space. Lining up the shot, but unlucky to see it come off the far post and away to safety. Well, he's gifted the ball here, just turns inside. It's a lovely effort as well. He knows what he's doing. You can see lining up the shot and off the inside of the post. Well, Goller was beaten all ends up there. There was nothing he could do about it. But just a warning there for Hertha Berlin. All that coming after a spell of pressure from Borussia Dortmund. As Blank just managing to half clear it. The clearance then completed. Bamba. Kravsum. Cisse. So half an hour gone and still 1-0 to Hertha Berlin. 4-1 on aggregate though to BVB. And even though there's still a long way to go, it looks as though Dortmund will reach the final at Mainz a week tomorrow. Looking to make it 3 championships in a row, Borussia Dortmund. Mike Tulberg in deep discussions with his coaching staff. Will not want to lose this match. It would be the first loss under his tenure. As Da Silva Chiala just whistled there for the foul. And Collins, long ball forward out towards the left, towards Bamba. Handed away by Eichberger. Kravsum. Cisse. And just continuing his run forward. Brunner finding him. And Brunner gets the ball back again. Unlucky to see his shot come off the post. A couple of minutes ago would have been the equaliser for Dortmund. Now Ludwig. And Waltz keeping it simple. Back to Blank. Collins. Looping it forward. Volleyed away by Hoffmann. Brunner couldn't quite bring the ball under control as he wanted to. As Hertha again looking quickly out towards the right-hand side for Szykaczynski. Can he get there? Tom Reuter using his size there and speed to get the ball away. Perhaps just catching Szykaczynski as he did so. But the tackle was clean. Well, you thought he had no right to get there at all, Reuter, but managing to do so. Well timed. Well, 12 minutes to go until half-time. Can Borussia Dortmund level things up before the break? Again, Collins. Long ball up towards Brunner, looking for handball there. Hertha Berlin. Play continues as Rykov just pops it out to the right for Cisse. Krevsun. Nice ball for Waltz. And Waltz again. Looking forward, looking for the options. Can't find any, it's Blank. And long clearance from Kirsch. And stepping in there was Collins once again. Stange. Eichberger just closed down there by Bamba. And throw in for the black and yellows. And a long ball sprayed out towards Brunner. Always available. Strasner just getting the better of him initially. And then being helped out by Michelbrink. Blank. And again turned around the corner. It's a lovely ball for Cisse from Waltz. Low ball now for Brunner. And the cross, but Da Silva Kiala was there to make the clearance. Dortmund here have just got a foothold in the game now. It's like good opening half hour from Hertha Berlin. Since Brunner hit the post, though, it's all been Dortmund. As there's another low pass from Cisse, linking up with Brunner. Just tried to flick it across there towards Bamba, who was closing in at the far post. High ball in, though. Kirsch. Ball just flicked around the corner there by Brunner. Krevsun right in the face here of Hoffmann. And Da Silva Kiala, though, going back to the number 4. Strasner. Hertha Berlin still giving themselves a shot at getting to the final with that early goal from Madsen, 9 minutes. However, Dortmund have settled now. You get the feeling. Perhaps unlucky not to be level with that shot coming off the post from Brunner. As Rykov just taken a knockout on the far side. He was the star of the first leg. We've barely seen anything of him in this second. You'd have to say that's probably when a striker of his type is at their most dangerous. You take your eye off them for 1 second and the ball ends up in the back of the net. As both head coaches on the sidelines looking tense here in this semi-final second leg. Krivsum just taking over after Bamba battled for the ball. Cisse, lovely ball again for Brunner on the half turn. He's got away here, and the flick here towards Bamba, and he couldn't get a clean shot away. But another chance there for Borussia Dortmund, as Collins has just left Madser flattened on the ground in midfield. Let's have a look at it here. It's just flicked there by Rykov, and then Bamba is well closed down there by Eichberger. As we've got 6 minutes to go until half time. Well, Hertha will be desperate to keep hold of this lead, give them something to build on in the second half as they look to reel in that 4-goal advantage that Dortmund had coming into this game. As that's a slack ball out from the back from Hertha. Krivsum trying to drive through midfield, trying to lift it, but Da Silva Kiala stretching there to nod it away. Rykov was just lurking behind him. As Collins again very alert, and finding Brunner even with the clearance there. Here's Collins again, sending it up towards Rykov, who says he was wrestled to the ground there by Hoffmann, but the officials not interested. Now here's Dadai. Nice little ball for Madser. He was trying to just weave his way into the box there. Stopped in the end. Strasner. Dadai with the flick. And out of play by Collins. Strasner again, just turning away from Brunner and getting the ball back again off a Dortmund midfielder. Madser to the byline with the cutback here and the chance, and it's blocked. Big appeals for handball there. The referee waves them away. And Michelbrink unable to keep up the pressure. Cisse away from him. And let's have a look. Madser doing so well here. And as this shot comes in, they're saying Krivsum had his arms up. It does hit his arm, but it all happens as quick as a flash, and the referee not giving something he's not sure about. Well, perhaps a let-off there for Borussia Dortmund. Hertha Berlin will feel they've been hard done by there. Well, probably should have been given, but as I said, it all happened so quickly. And perhaps the referee was slightly unsighted. As a late challenge comes in on Collins. Brunner, though, will play on, but the referee might be forced to come back to that one and dish out a yellow card. Well, both players are still down here. It's Dardai and Collins, and indeed the referee reaching into his pocket for the first yellow of the game, sliding in far too late there. Collins has already played the ball a second or two before the tackle comes in on him. And there is the first yellow for Dardai. Well, perhaps a little bit of frustration as well that penalty wasn't given. The Hertha players were absolutely certain of it, the referee not, so he didn't give it. And it would have been a massive chance, obviously, for Hertha Berlin to go 2-0 up. It would still be 4-2 on aggregate to Dortmund, but then it would make a really big chance for them in the second half. At the moment, it's still 1-0 to them. That early goal from Madsa, the difference. Mike Thalberg will not be happy with this at all. His team have not performed badly by any stretch of the imagination, and they have had chances to level. Indeed, they hit the post. However, he won't want to lose his unbeaten record as coach of the Dortmund Under-19s. Even though they will more than likely go through to the final against Mainz. As we go into the final 30 seconds of the first half. Might be a minute or two of time added on. Well, there will be 2 minutes of time added on. As Hertha Berlin, they probably do deserve to be one to the goods here. Despite that shot from Brunner hitting the post. They've also had that massive penalty appeal, and they were flooding forward for the first half hour. Dortmund have settled in the final quarter of an hour of the first half. As Eichberger feeds it up here towards Madsa. And it looks as though Collins is going to go into the book now. Well, he's just lost a little bit of his discipline in the last couple of minutes. Coming in really hard there on Madsa. It was a wild challenge, really. So 1 yellow card for both sides. And let's see who takes this free kick. Dardai has stood over just about every dead ball for Hertha Berlin in this first half. Who fancies this? The wall is lined up by Kirsch. You can see Ludwig lying behind the wall as well for any low shots that come in. It's a very dangerous position here. 20 to 25 yards out. Kirsch may well be tested here. Dardai Strasner lining it up. Well, are we going to have drama at the end of the first half here? Strasner with the effort, but over the bar. No test there for Kirsch. Well, tried to get it up over the wall. Couldn't get it back down again, though, quickly enough. And it looks as though we're going to head in at the break with Hertha Berlin leading by 1-0. 4-1, though, on aggregate to Borussia Dortmund. As you can join us in 15 minutes or so to see if Hertha Berlin can continue this comeback. Welcome back to the second half here of this A-Juniors semi-final, second leg between Borussia Dortmund and Hertha Berlin. The half-time scoreline is 1-0 to the away side, Hertha Berlin, but they still find themselves 4-1 down on aggregate as these sides are battling to get into next Sunday's final against Mainz, hosted by Mainz. The goal coming early, exactly what Hertha Berlin needed. 9th minute, Madza finishing off a fine move. The ball cut back to him, and was a lovely finish as well at the near post, beating Kirsch in the Dortmund goal. And they were flooding forward for the first half hour or so, creating chances before Brunner hit the post for Borussia Dortmund. That just settled Dortmund's nerves, rather. But they still had to survive. A big penalty appeal for handball against Krevsund, which the referee waved away. And 1-0 the half-time scoreline. So, a chance here for Hertha Berlin to really upset Borussia Dortmund and make a mighty comeback from 4 down after the first leg. Rijkhoff there, who's about to take the kickoff for the second half, was the hero of the first leg for Dortmund with 4 goals, but barely a sniff for him today. Let's see what happens in this second 45 minutes as the Dortmund coach Mike Thalberg will be looking to rescue his unbeaten record as Dortmund coach. You'd have to say it still really looks as though Dortmund will go through to the final with that healthy 4-1 lead. But you never know, if Hertha can get a second goal early on in this second half, then perhaps Dortmund will really start to wobble. They did look nervous in the opening half an hour, but that final quarter of an hour before the break, they looked much more like themselves. As Rota here tries to dribble out of defence, it's taken off him by Stange, and an early effort here in the half coming in from Michelbrink, who forced Kirsch into an excellent stop in the first period. That shot rather further away. Let's see what he's trying to do though, just clip it towards the far post there. As Rijkoff will want to get on the ball more in this second period. Bamba as well. As Rota feeds it down towards Bamba, using his pace here. It's a lovely tackle on him by Da Silva Chiala. So a throw in right in the corner here for Tom Rota. Rijkoff showing for the ball. And the next throw in. And Rota again. Looking for Bamba. Shikazinski challenging him for the ball, and he's sent crashing to the ground on the sidelines. No hard feelings between the two, it would seem. Oh, just a good old-fashioned shoulder charge there from Bamba. And throw in the decision in the end for Dortmund. Bamba is trying to force it through for Rijkoff. Dortmund here pressing early. Perhaps they've just moved up the pitch 5 to 10 yards here, as Tulberg wants to get back into the game. Won't want the nerves jangling throughout the second half. And Collins shown a yellow card in the first half. That's an easy ball for Goller to claim. Back on the attack here, Hertha Berlin, but Mendes unable to bring the ball under control. Eichberger couldn't force it through. Well, picked up there by Waltz. Bamba in his own half. Out for Cisse. Waltz again. And Ludwig there, just coming in with the sliding challenge. Deflected ball forward for Rijkoff. Now just popped out for Rota, but the whistle has gone. The offside flag shown against the left back there. Oh, 5 minutes into the second half. It remains 1-0 to Hertha Berlin. Here's Mendes. ball just bouncing around in midfield. Finally, Ludwig could bring it under control, put his foot on it. And it goes all the way back to Kirsch here. Now Rota just caught in possession. Dardai, though, couldn't pounce on it. And it's perhaps Hertha Berlin just starting to show a couple of signs of tiredness here. Dortmund will look to exploit that by keeping the ball. Let the ball do all the running, although Hertha doing well here to get into the box. Collins, though, nice and cool. Back to his keeper. Eichberger. Towards Schikazinski, and Bamba just knocking it away from him and getting in behind here. Now to the edge of the box, and he couldn't find a pass. Cisse holding a simple one here down the right-hand side. As it looks as though Campbell has come on at half-time. Blank. And another long ball from Collins. Will just go out of play though. Not great conditions here, mid-April. Krivsun has been withdrawn. Lubach is also on, by the looks of it. As Hertha Berlin are now going to make a change with Grolke coming on, their number 9. And for Dardai, who is limping off, in fact. Looks as though that's an enforced change. So the ball just knocked in here by Rykov. Decent idea with the outside of his boot, as it's a loose clearance from the keeper. And looking to play it forward there was Waltz. Couldn't quite lift it high enough, really, to trouble the defence there with the keeper out of the picture. And that's a lovely ball for Schikazinski. Brülke is in the middle, and it's a good block on the cutback there from Hoffmann. Well, the play flying end to end here at the moment. The game is really stretched. Eichberger. Mendes, and that will be a corner. 10th minute of the second half. So Mendes with the low ball in, with Dardai off. Cleared here, and the keeper Goller all the way up to the halfway line to collect that one. Hoffmann towards the left. Stange. And to Silva Kiala. Good pressing here from Rykov, forcing Hertha Berlin back to their keeper again. Hoffmann. Ball out to the right for Eichberger. First time ball for Mendes. The ball back across. And it was the intervention there of Blanc, I think, that just flicked it on away from any attackers. Dangerous ball in from the right-hand side. As Borussia Dortmund just playing with a little bit of fire again here from Hertha Berlin. It looked as though they were tiring, but just those couple of fresh faces have made a bit of a difference to them. And Szykaczynski out towards the left now. Stange trying to keep the pressure on through Szykaczynski here as he delivers the ball towards the corner, and Collins gets rid. A quick turn and the chance of a shot here from Rilke. Blocked by Dortmund again. Now De Silva Chiala. And going for the long-range effort, but high and wide. Well, it was worth a crack, that's for sure. Rota. Quicker ball forward, Rijkoff dropping deep and spreading it out towards the right-hand side for Cisse, but there's no one in the centre as he gets the cross in. And Michelbrink with a clever ball towards Szykaczynski again. And the tackle there from Blanc on Madza. Hertha Berlin again courageous as the next shot comes in from Michelbrink. And quite as good as his effort in the first half, which stretched this man Kirsch. Rota almost giving the ball away, and he's kept though by Valls. Back out towards Rota, looking to combine with Bamba. Just came off a Hertha man for a throw-in to Borussia Dortmund. A throw from Rota, easily picked up here by Eichberger. And clipping it forward. Collins gets there, but he's got his feet in a bit of a tangle. Szykaczynski pounces on it. In the end, Collins could recover. You can hear all kinds of shouting from the sidelines. I think that Mike Tulberg wants more work rate. Julian Rijkoff. That's good play from Strasner. The ball across was a dangerous one. No one arriving though. Rilke was the closest to the ball, drifted ahead of him. So we've got an hour gone now. Still 1-0 to Hertha Berlin, 4-1 on aggregate to Dortmund though, as they hope to reach the final against Mainz next week. There's another low ball in and cleared at the near post by Collins. Didn't know what was behind him. Better just to get it out. Is the pressure growing from Hertha Berlin again? It looked as though Borussia Dortmund were in control, but Hertha Berlin have retaken it. And Strasner again going on a weaving little run. Stanger, and blocked there by Waltz. To Silva Kiala. You can hear the chants from the home crowd of BVB getting behind their boys to get try and get a leveller. They're not used to losing under Mike Tulberg at all. That's an enormous clearance downfield. It's too long in the end. It will bounce through for Goller. As Rijkhoff suddenly has a chance here, and it's a terrific tackle on him from De Silva Kiala. And he's disappointed there, Rijkhoff. His first real sight of goal, as the ball just drops to him here. And De Silva Kiala doing very, very well to arrive right on cue and get it away. And on the follow-up there, Rijkhoff couldn't wrap his boot around it. But that's the danger that he possesses. Out of nowhere, suddenly a chance. 63rd minute now. As Reuter. Clever play, but equally clever from Eichberger just to step in ahead of him. As here come Hertha Berlin again. Shikazinski. CC standing up to him. As they get to the byline again, Hertha Berlin, and the shot into the side netting there. I think he may have taken a nick on its way through for another corner. Mendes doing well, and the shot finally coming in, but off target due to the deflection. Shikazinski with the next corner. Tom Reuter away. Coming up towards 20 minutes into the second half, and Hertha Berlin again throwing bodies forward. Mike Tulberg not happy on the sidelines with this showing from his boys today. After that high-octane win on Monday against Hertha Berlin by 4-0 with Rijkhoff getting all 4. They've not shown anything like that today consistently. They've had spells, but in general it's been a little bit sloppy today. And there's an example of it, as there's far too much power on that pass towards Bamba, not giving him a chance to get on the ball at all. Eichberger. It's time to measure that ball over the top towards Madsa, the scorer of the only goal so far. 9th minute, just to give Hertha Berlin a glimmer of hope in this semi-final. As the ball is helped out towards Cisse now, taking on Shikazinski, who's won the ball. Well, the attacker tracking the fullback's run all the way. And then the ball given away to Tom Reuter. As the ball is knocked out of play by Kirsch here. There's an injury at the other end. Cisse has stayed down after that challenge from Szykaczynski. Well, it looked innocuous enough, really. But Cisse in some trouble as the physios are on. Just gives the rest of the players a chance to get some fluids on board. As I said, it's not great conditions for mid-April here in Dortmund. However, the Hertha Berlin players, above all, getting through an awful lot of work here in the game so far. As this thumbs up from the physio, he's okay to continue. Cisse. Well, quite a different second leg to this Under-19 Championship semi-final. Dortmund dominating in Berlin on Easter Monday morning. This time out, though, Hertha Berlin really showing grit and determination to make something of it. And Borussia Dortmund just struggling at times to get the ball. Best chance that they've had, the shot off the post from Brunner. The Hertha Berlin have had various opportunities. Saves from Kirsch, and also a big handball appeal in the penalty area at the end of the first half. As we're into the final quarter of the game now. Rota seeing a lot of the ball at the moment. His distribution down the left-hand side, not that great that time. Too far ahead of Rijkhoff. As it still looks as though Borussia Dortmund can look forward to the final in Mainz against Mainz. Looking for their third championship in a row. Rota with the long throw, Bamba just flicking it, keeping it in. I don't think Rijkhoff was quite expecting it. Looks as though he's taken a bang on the hip. We'll try and run that off. Blank. Safely back to Kirsch. Back out to the left for Rota. As Bamba goes down, looking to get on the end of the ball through, but Da Silva Kiala is having that little extra strength, as that will be a foul in midfield here. Waltz going down, and it's a yellow card for Rulke. The striker's also not seen a great deal of the ball. You can see they're just hooking Waltz. As with 20 minutes to go, Oliver Rice here needing a miracle from his team. They need minimum 3 more goals to at least send it to penalties. Da Silva Kiala. Strasner. Campbell just stepping in there. Half-time sub. And in the end, the challenge coming in from Lubach. And just a warning from the referee. Final warning by the looks of it. And he's just shoving over Strasner on the sidelines there. As Bamba sets off on a run here. And the ball deflected. That just helped out Eichberger. This is not quite happening for Borussia Dortmund today. Everything clicked into place on Monday morning in the first leg. Not today. And there are plenty of challenges flying in midfield, and Mendes has gone down now. Really struggling, signalling immediately. This looks as though he's not going to be able to carry on. It's an ankle knock by the looks of it. Ah, it's a heavy one. Coming in from Valls. And perhaps just a twist of the knee as well. It looks as though he can't continue. A shake of the head there from Mendes. That's a blow for Oliver Rice. That looks really bad. It's being helped off by two teammates here, Mendes. Oh, that's a real blow. 17 minutes to go. A creative player off injured. You need minimum 3 goals to force penalties. Gola helps the ball out into midfield. Eichberger on the overlap here. Good low ball in. And Blank there to clear. And despite not causing too many problems for Hertha Berlin in attack, Dortmund have tightened up their defence. As Gottschalk will come on here to replace Mendes. Just over quarter of an hour remaining. It looks as though Mendes is in some real trouble on the bench there. As the ball is just not sticking for Borussia Dortmund to try and create an attack at the moment. The defence being rather overworked. Shikazinski away by Collins. Well, easy for Hoffmann. Across for Da Silva Chiala. Skipping around Rykov. And then running into trouble. A free kick given for Hertha Berlin. And another free kick in quick succession. Lubach again, the guilty party, and he had a final warning a couple of minutes ago. That one, just a little niggle. Bamba shielding the ball. And doing well to charge away, but Da Silva Chiala coming across to deal with him. Perhaps the chance for Lubach here. Cisse battling for the ball. Madse, of all players, coming away with it. As the yellow card will come out for Cisse. Coming in too high there on Madse. In the starting lineup, Madse, despite that injury that forced him off on Easter Monday morning, but back in the starting lineup and on the score sheet as well, getting the only goal so far after 9 minutes. To make a real game of it, but Hertha Berlin have not been able to add to it. A couple of let-offs for Borussia Dortmund though. As Rijkaard there had possession, looking for a fancy flick, perhaps not what's required right now for his team. You have to earn the right before you start playing balls like that. You need to hold on to possession here to try and get back into the game as Rota comes roaring forward. Bamba, clever little ball again for Rota. Rota again. Bamba looks up and decided to go on a run rather than taking the shot on. I think he stayed down in the penalty area as well, as Campbell can't keep hold of the ball now. Szykaczynski going the other way. Sliding it across, but blank with anticipation once again. And the ball for Madse. And firing it across, and the goalkeeper having to deal with it there, managing to get it up and over the bar. That was a very tricky one. Madse going for goal from the tightest of angles, and Kirsch was well aware of the threat there. I think he hit it with the outside of his boot there just to swing it back towards goal. And that's a corner. In it comes. It's a high one to Silva Kiala with the chance perhaps. But it was a tight angle, a difficult shot to control on the volley. As Kirsch has been excellent today. There's a lovely turn there from Da Silva Kiala. And they've made a statement here at least. After that 4-0 loss the other day, as another chance goes begging for them. Well, you thought they might have come out today a little bit flat. It's been completely the opposite. They've really looked to take the game to Dortmund, as Madse puts this across. And it's Szykaczynski. Does he make contact at all? He does. And it's the block again. And now we see Karsten coming on for Michael Brink by the looks of it. 10 minutes to go. And a second goal from Hertha Berlin. And we'll have a grandstand finish here, even though there's still a long way to go for Hertha Berlin. 3 goals down on aggregate, 4-1 to Dortmund after that big first leg win. They'll be very relieved that they managed to rack up such a lead coming into this second leg. As Campbell goes racing forward now, he's clipped from behind by Strasner, and that will be a yellow card to the left back, and a dangerous position for a free kick here for the black and yellows. He knew what he was doing, Strasner, that's for sure. Taking one for the team. As Mike Tulberg is 10 minutes away from potentially his first defeat as Borussia Dortmund Under-19's coach. It looks as though he's going to throw on another player to try and stem the tide. Frietti it is who's coming on. He set up the 4th goal for Rijkoff on Monday. Gamble just being helped to his feet, and again the physio with the thumbs up. Still the change going to be made on Frietti coming on. So under-18 Italian player coming on. Let's see. Ludwig and Bamba over the free kick. Goller looks a little bit concerned about this one. Looks as though Ludwig will take it, and over the bar. Decent power on it, couldn't get it down though. As Rijkoff is the man coming off. Well, no goals from him today, but 4 on Monday have surely sent Borussia Dortmund through to the final against Mainz next Sunday. Bit of a disappointing performance, not only from him, but his whole team, really. Looks as though they're going to do enough, but they might just suffer a defeat here, which they're really not used to. Perhaps Frietti can rescue something, though. Cisse down the line with the throw. Collins again cool in defence. Kirsch it out towards Reuter. That's a lovely looking ball for Frietti to run onto. To Silva Chiala though, just getting there first. And sprinting away from defence as well to try and open up the game. Shikazinski just keeps going and going and going to the byline, and hooked away by Dortmund. Stanger lining one up here with the drive just over the bar. I think it just took a nick off a defender on its way through by the looks of it. Oh, why not hit it? Yep. There's just a head on it from the defender. Corner. And a free header. And it drifts well wide. Well, that could have been far more dangerous. Well, it's Carsten nodding well wide there. Disappointing finish. Oh, 5 minutes to go. And time really running out here for Hertha Berlin. 4-1 down on aggregate, but at least winning the second leg here by 1-0. Madza with the early goal in the 9th minute. Time running out as well for Dortmund. They won't want to lose their unbeaten record under Mike Tulberg. He's very proud of that. And I don't think he'll be happy with his team's performance today at all. He's rarely satisfied. And today has just not been good enough, even though they have that, or had that huge 4-0 cushion coming into it. think he would have wanted his team to come out and really show what they can do. It's not turned out that way at all. Hertha Berlin have been the most impressive team today. Good interchanging of passes there. Carsten coming forward. And the ball nodded forward by Rilke. Szykaczynski trying to keep control of the ball in the penalty area under pressure from Collins. And it's Onofrieti who comes away with the ball, rolling it forward for Bamba to take on Da Silva Kiala. And the defender just letting Bamba bounce off him, really. And in the end, the ball is played out by Hertha Berlin here. Strasner looking upfield. There's a man down with cramp. Kirsch helping out his opponent here. I think it's Szykaczynski. Yes, it is. Well, he's had an excellent game, Szykaczynski. He's looked a real danger every time he's had possession of the ball. And you can see that really fighting until the end. Well, 2.5 minutes remaining, plus any stoppage time. Now the long ball up here towards Bamba, headed away from him. Eichberger. And it's a lovely little touch here. Collins, though, gets in the way once again, shutting the door on Hertha Berlin. Well, despite his team losing, the defending from Collins and Blank has been of a high standard, you'd have to say. Blocking any shots that have come in, really, in this second half. As Dortmund really one big chance for them to equalise. The Brunner shot off the post in the first half. As this is flicked down the line towards Onofrieti. Carsten doing very well to win it back off him, but here's the run forward from Lubach. And again, that's brought to an end by Da Silva Kiala. He's had an excellent performance today as well at the back, alongside Hoffmann. We're into the final minute of the 90. As Dortmund's going to make another chance here with Bamba coming off. He's run himself into the ground. And he's yellow carded as he goes off. The referee saying he's time wasting. It's at the end of a second leg here. I think he's well within his rights just to stroll off here. Vetien coming on. Performed very well as well on Monday, coming on as sub. Not quite such a long run out today. As Borussia Dortmund can surely celebrate now, going through to the final against Mainz a week tomorrow, looking to win the championship for the third time in a row and go level as well with Stuttgart on 10 championships won, as there will be 5 minutes of time added on. I'm not sure that the likes of Szykaczynski will appreciate that at all. Well, unless there's a huge collapse, surely Dortmund have done it here. Not enough on the day, losing 1-0. But those 4 goals from Rijkhoff on Monday in the first leg giving them a huge advantage coming into this one. It's always tricky when you've got such a big lead in a second leg, how to approach the game. As Lubach here, feated on for Vetien. And Lubach goes down, the referee's not interested. And it's been a very competitive game, but a fair one. Too many flare-ups. As Tulberg, you can see him there just at the bottom of the screen. He's really furious. I would not want to be in the Dortmund dressing room at full time if the team are to lose that unbeaten run under him. And he will have the boys well up for the final next week against Mainz. Well, here's a man who speaks his mind. Does not enjoy losing at all. Demands perfection from his sides. As Cisse will be coming off now for Kortsnietz. Just for the final 3 minutes of stoppage time. Well, Cisse, who suffered a knock earlier on, it doesn't look as though he's still got that. Just running down the time here. As it will be muted celebrations, I think, for Dortmund getting through to the final, having lost at home here today. The fans have turned up in their droves to celebrate getting through, but would have been wanting more of a performance today. As Blank gets it back to Kirsch. And clearance from him. There's a run here down the right from Campbell. Just a bit of a heavy touch, though, from him in the end. Sending it over the byline. The Icelandic youth player. And here's Matza. One of the final attacks of the match, surely now. Shikazinski. Who got the assist for Matza's early goal. Looking for another one here with the cutback, but it's just cleared by Dortmund. Then the next ball across too heavy. Onofrietti can lead the charge out of defence. Rote for Lubach. Heavy touch again. Tired legs out there from all the players. Matza will be happy at least he got his name on the score sheet. Disappointed not to get through to the final, though. As Lubach again is caught in possession. Eichberger. The ball for Rilke. Doing well to get past Onofrietti. Onofrietti recovering. And, well, it seems as though the ball went over the line. Well, 30 seconds to go then before Borussia Dortmund can celebrate getting through. It will be a loss here, though, for them by the looks of it, for the first time under Mike Tulberg. They'll need to recover from that. They're not used to it at all before the final next week on Sunday against Mainz, but they'll be well up for that one. They've got the experience of winning it the last 2 seasons. They want to make it a hat-trick as the full-time whistle blows. So Hertha Berlin win by 1-0 in this second leg. It's 4-1 on aggregate, though, to Dortmund, who get through to that final. And I will thank you very much for joining us. Of course, you can join us for the final next Sunday. See you then. It's goodbye from me.